My name is Taylor Champlin. I am a third-year liberal studies major with a minor in child development and just recently decided to do a concentration in mathematics. And I plan to be either a junior high or high school math teacher. I'm currently tutoring in Santa Maria High School to see if I like the grade level or not. So the first time I took an inquiry-based learning class was fall quarter of 2014, and now we're in spring quarter of 2016. So I took 4 classes with Professor Todd Grunmeyer, and it was Math 227 throughout Math 330, and we basically did a lot of group work, and it was just nice to see how each class progressed. So from something where we would get very frustrated with Todd in the first class because he would kind of just like introduce an idea of what we would be looking at during the period of 1 hour or 2 hours, however long it was during that time. And we would say, like, Todd, we don't know what we're doing, and so it was really interesting to see how our thought process changed and developed over the whole 4 quarters in regards to this type of inquiry-based learning. Part of the way that I changed as a person throughout these IBL classes was more as how I changed as a student. I definitely changed in the sense of how I attacked any kind of problem or confronted even problems now in calculus. It's very hard for me to want to move on to the next section in a math textbook without fully understanding the previous one, because I was so used to always having to explain my thoughts and explain where I was headed. And I feel like that's a much better way of learning, because a lot of people are like, oh, just continue on. If you understand the section, just keep on going. But I'm like, no, I didn't fully grasp the section before this section, and so I'm not able to explain why I'm using this shortcut in this calculus problem. Whereas with the IBL classes, he definitely would always ask us, the professor, he'd ask us, how did you come up with this? Where did this come from? And sometimes he would catch us and we'd be like, I don't know, we just know it's right. But he definitely pushed us to communicate with our groups. And whenever we would have to present it to the class, we definitely didn't want to go up there and just be like, this is how it is, and then walk away. Like, we would explain how we came to a certain strategy. And almost everything, whenever we were determining answers, almost every person or every group would find it a different way. And so that definitely opened up more doors for us whenever we want to become teachers. So that definitely changed my perspective as a student, because Professor Grunmeyer would lay it out on the board after we went up there and did everything, after we found our different ways. And he would go around the classroom and pinpoint different worksheets and was like, I want you to present, and then I want you to present, the next student, because he knew they were solved in different ways. And so now I personally think as a student, I try to find different ways to solve like the same problem. And so I feel like that helps me better in the future to like explain to other students that there's not just one way to solve every single problem. You can figure out how you best determine the process to solving a problem, type of thing. Well, honestly, I don't think I would be going in the direction I'm going right now without the inquiry-based learning classes. I definitely feel like they gave me a different perspective on every subject, not just math, just in the way that I would introduce it to my own students, and the fact that I saw other people struggling in these math classes, and in the way we did, I would love to help them. And once I was done with these 4 quarters of this math series class, where every single one we used the IBL type of structure, I sat down like on winter break, and I realized I cannot not take math anymore. Like, I need more math. I need to see how much further I can go. And then I started looking into becoming just the math concentration so I could teach math in junior high or math or high school level. Even though it's not college teaching, professor type of teaching, but I do know that those IBL classes gave me different ways to think about how I can further help other students learn in the future. And so I've just imagined them doing everything we did. Everybody's a different type of learner, and that's kind of what I really saw in these inquiry-based learning classes, because we all had to think, and we all had to share our thoughts with each other, and we had to explain why we were thinking what we were thinking. And so that definitely led to us, I guess, developing a greater sense of critical thinking in math, specifically for myself. So that was fun. But yes, I definitely feel like without these inquiry-based learning classes, I would not be headed in the direction of me hoping to be a math teacher, which is, I am very happy. I'm much happier than I was. I knew I wanted to be a teacher, but elementary wasn't fully a fit, and so that definitely scared me. And after I finished all of these classes, I felt much more secure in the fact that I knew I wanted to teach math. So it's really exciting to have that feeling.